Hi friends, this is Krisha with Krisha Lou Art and Designs. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I'm just going to do a little art journaling session in one of my art journaling books. I'm actually having to do a voiceover because when I went to listen to my video, there was some technical difficulties with my microphone. So anyway, in this journal, it is just a little day planner that I got at Big Lots. And I do a lot of collage in it and mixed media. And I love the size of it. I love the spiral bound. It's really fun. The page thickness is really pretty decent for a planner. But when you glue stuff onto the pages, it gets even thicker. And these are just some little bits that I have in my stash. So I take old papers that would normally be thrown away, like junk mail, and I rip them up and throw them into a large box. And then I splatter paints and inks and sometimes water. And then I let them dry and then just put a bunch in a bin, and then I pick out of it when I'm doing my art journaling. And I love these colors in this one. And here I'm looking at some stencils, trying to figure out which ones I was going to use. Then I decided to use this little cursive stamp to add a little text. I know you see a bicycle, but the cursive is on the other side of the acrylic block. I think I end up using the bicycle as well. I can't remember. But I love that little cursive stamp that I've got. It's really cute. And I don't really think too much about where I'm placing it. I just kind of plop it down because I usually go back and cover stuff up with some stencils or inks, splatters or whatnot. Oh yeah, I did use the bicycle. I love that stamp. So here I am picking a stencil, and I am going to use my heavyweight gesso through the stencil. Here I'm looking for a different palette knife, which that rubber paint pusher, that works really good too for putting like gesso or heavy modeling paste or molding paste or things like that through over a stencil. But here I'm going to grab my palette knife, and this is it. And I love how this works. It just kind of prevents it from getting underneath the stencil. And so here I'm just laying down some of that gesso through the stencil in different spots on each page. And then I'm getting a baby wipe so that I can clean the stencil, because you always want to clean any kind of acrylic paint off of a stencil immediately. Some people keep like a bin with like warm soapy water in it to throw their stencils in if they're using a lot of stencils and paints. But I usually just use a baby wipe and then go wash it off later. Here I'm just drying my pages. I'm trying to dry the gesso because I am going to, once the gesso is dry, I'm going to spray some of my Tim Holtz ink stains. So just drying it up. And here I've got my spray stain. And I'm just going to spray over the texture, the stencil texture. I had to get my splatter box. Okay, and then I'm just kind of randomly spraying the spray stain around. And then I'm going to get a bottle of water and spray it a little bit more. And it just kind of helps it to spread. And then I'm going to blot some of it up to pull some of it back because I felt like it was too much. And I'm going to make some of it drip by holding the book up a little bit. And now I'm going to dry it up because I think I've got one more step that I'm going to do to it, which is usually my final and favorite. And if you know me, then you can probably guess what it is. But yeah, I decided to spray a little bit more here and get a few more little drips. I really love those little drips. Drying it up. And then I think I'm grabbing my splatter box again, because now I am going to splatter with some black ink. This is just some black acrylic ink. And I put a glove on so I don't get ink on my fingers because that's really hard to get off. And then I just use this Tim Holtz splatter brush to splatter the ink around the pages to add the final touch. I just love how that ties it all together. These pages were fun. So there's that. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you do, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my videos. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.